Despite cutting-edge machinery like airplanes and tanks, the weapons of the trenches were guns, artillery, and a host of small bombs. The machine gun was the most effective of all.
The machine gun, as with so many weapons used in World War I, was an American invention. The first effective automatic machine gun was the Maxim, which was designed by an American.
Irish immigrant and amateur inventor Hiram Maxim was reportedly moved to invent the machine gun in 1885 after someone told him, if you want to make a lot of money, invent something that will enable these Europeans to cut each other's throats with greater facility. Maxim achieved his machine gun's rapid fire ability, using the thrust of the recoil to quickly pull the next bullet into the chamber.
He had limited success selling it to the American Army, so he went to Europe and sold it to just about every country over there. So many of the combatants were using Maxim guns or guns designed based on the Maxim.
Another method of rapid fire was developed that collected the expanding gases expelled when the gun was fired to trigger a mechanism that allowed accelerated shooting. The best machine guns had a range of about 4,000 yards, with an aimed range of 1,000 yards, shooting rifle caliber bullets.
The battlefield is going to become dominated by a recoil-operated machine gun, which can spew out 400 to 500 rounds a minute. Not only that, but it has a water jacket on it which keeps the barrel cool. So you can fire this thing and fire it and fire it and fire it and keep on firing.
Almost as important as the gun's ability to fire rapidly was its ability to pivot. Guns were placed on a special mount called a traversing and elevation mechanism that enabled each gunner to spray rounds in an arc.
By swiveling, you could cover 500 yards of battlefront with one machine gun. And if you could shoot out to 400 yards and men were walking across 400 yards, you could pretty much kill them all with one machine gun before they get anywhere near you.
A typical heavy machine gun weighed about 50 pounds, with the mount adding another 70 pounds or so. It was not designed to be portable. It was designed to stay in the trenches.
This is a very solid mount, so it's not like it's bucking around a lot when you're firing. The crew is about 6 people. You have ammo bearers. You have 4 people to carry the mount. There's people to keep water in the water jacket to keep it from overheating. And you have people who continually feed ammunition into these.
Lighter portable machine guns were developed around 1915. They still weighed around 30 pounds, with their mounts adding another 20 pounds. A typical example is the French Hotchkiss.
You can fire this thing practically forever. Even though it's not water-cooled, it will get very hot. But these large fins here, which are basically the feature of the Hotchkiss machine gun, puts enough area out that this thing will get red, guarantee you, but it will continue to shoot.
By far the least effective machine gun was the French-designed lightweight air-cooled Shosha.
And when you're trying to fire it, with this long recoil, it just shakes itself. There is aluminum around the barrel to help in the air cooling. They figured the air holes would help pass air down it, but all it ends up doing is jamming the weapon by getting more dirt in there. Because the magazines are so curved and open, you get dirt and everything else inside here. Most people considered them the weapon from hell.
Despite technological failures like the Shosha, the guns were killing machines. Old-school generals ordered their soldiers to charge, only to have the men mowed down. In virtually every battle of World War I, the machine gun played a decisive role.
It was particularly decisive in the early British offensives. In the Somme, for instance, this is where thousands and thousands of British soldiers were killed daily for 6 months. And they were just charging machine guns and being mowed down because the British generals didn't have a better idea. As Winston Churchill said, there was something illogical about trying to attack machine guns with the chests of soldiers.